This kid does not need an introduction. There's no need even to mention his name. He's only just gone and done it, hasn't he? He's broken the record. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it's FA Cup day today. FA Cup quarter-final day today against Millwall. And first up, we have West Brom to contend with. But since our last episode, we had a 0-0 draw with West Ham. To be perfectly honest, we should have won this one. We did have 48% of possession, so it's a big improvement. But we were all over them, considering we were away from home at the London Stadium. I was at two minds what formation to play this. Even though West Ham were below us, I was tempted to go with the defensive midfielder role, but because we're on the back of a good win against Watford and a massive win against Chelsea, playing the attacking football, I thought we'd go with it again, and it almost delivered another victory, except for that we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. There were no offsides, I don't think, and there was no disallowed goals either, so we didn't actually physically put the ball in the back of the net. So that was disappointing from that point. But a 0-0 draw, we are getting better, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting better. Table, as you'll notice, Liverpool are only 6 points in front of us now. They've just played Tottenham and they lost 1-0. So it takes Tottenham further away. But if we win today, win this West Brom game, it does bring us on to 50 points and just 3 points behind Liverpool. Right, the side that's going to take on West Brom then at home. West Brom have won the last two games, though, 6-0 and 3-1. I'm assuming the 6-0 was against Sunderland was in the FA Cup, wasn't it? So, and they beat Norwich as well on the back of that. Tolly's in goal. We've got Carlos, Voisin, Buongiorno and Vasquez. Nally and Biscuits. In the centre, we've got Rabi and Hughes out of the wings. O'Reilly's going to play. I'm going to switch his role around a little bit. I'm going to just have him as supporting attacking midfielder role instead of advanced playmaker. And then we've got Killian up front. Killian's just one goal away from setting the club record for most goals in the season. West Brom, on the other hand, we've got Turam up front, 4 goals. We've got Holland, Carvalho, Fidel, Rogn. Yeah, they've got the usual guys. Shalabar at the back. How old is he now? 28 years old. Pretty solid, pretty solid. I think, to be perfectly honest, our defence is quite solid as well. Let's do this for the fans. Still not quite getting to grips with the team talks, is he, our assistant manager? But we're going to go straight into not send this into that one, as we'll sit back, relax, and if we can get some sort of possession going, that will be quite nice as well. As Watford are away to Swansea. We just need a victory. That's all we require. As we have a cross back post, as McNally does pick it up there. Don't get fooled into losing the ball. Gets the cross in back the other side. Hughes back into the centre and it's in. Killian gets his 25th. He's broken the record, guys. That is absolutely brilliant. Killian has broken the record. What more can I say about this young guy? We didn't get. I think, when did we pick him up? That's the question. Did we pick him up right at the beginning, or did we pick him up in January? We couldn't have picked him up in January. He couldn't have scored that many goals in January. It must have been right at the beginning of the season. Somebody that just came along. But I think there's something to be said about wonder kids in this game. He was a bit slow to start off with, but once he's got going, my word, has he not disappointed at all. McNally, beautiful take. Biscuits to O'Reilly now. Hughes on the left hand side is going to go. Yeah, that's a poor shot. I think they're just too excited about the Millwall game coming up. I mean, FA Cup quarter final, a chance to get into the semis, more money. Is this televised? I wonder if it's televised. It has to be televised, doesn't it? Let's break another attendance record, or let's break another the monies as well. Carlos on the right side, cross comes in, and it should have gone in. I feel like that should have gone in. It was like just slowly heading towards the goal. West Brom are 2-0 down now. Killian's got another one. Yeah, it's his brace. He's heading towards 30 goals already. I mean, what can you say? Hughes with the cross, and Killian flat back four just standing there. The goalkeepers, they don't know what to do about him at all. Fulham are beating Southampton. Watford are still 0-0, so that's fine by us. Newcastle losing. They look to be in danger down at the bottom, I think. Let's just have a look at the table anyway. We're 3 points behind Liverpool now, which is brilliant. Newcastle are really struggling. So it's still all to play for down there. Beginning of the season, these are the teams that we should be beating, whether it's 1-0 or 7-0. They have to be won. And for a change, and for once, it's actually working. And I was tempted with a 4-2-4 formation at one point, but I don't think we need to. I think this formation works very well for us. The defensive midfielder role, I think when we play the bigger teams away from home, I think we can use it, or possibly use it for when to start off with. And that's beautifully played. Killian's hat-trick. He's got a hat-trick. Oh my word, this guy is... I mean, nearly every episode is all about Killian. And that is absolutely superb. He's in the right place at the right time. It's 3-0. What more can I say? It's just utterly brilliant. I mean, he's definitely broken the club record, that's for sure. I think the overall record is something like 38 goals, I think. There's two records in the... I'll show you afterwards, but there are two records which I don't quite understand. As we get it away. Not early as far as Carvalho. It's another fine stop. 20 minutes to go. I've not made any substitutions yet. We'll do it after this corner. We want to rest our players. And that's gone. It's saved, actually. Another chance. The other side now. Tipple. We almost got a foot in there. Don't bring him down. Just stand up. It's better. We're taking them back. We're forcing them back. Keep going. They've gone all the way back. Wow. But again, they find a little bit of space here. I think everybody's playing that well that I've got so much confidence going through the team at the moment. I just wish we got the goal or win against West Ham, which would have drawn us a little bit closer to Liverpool at the same time. I mean, he's managed to keep it in and a goal. Wow. How did that happen? I mean, there was no chance of them ever getting anywhere near that goal. And this highlight just seemed to go on forever. I mean, it's a good ball. I mean, that should... I mean, how that's managed to stay in. It's a good flick on as well. It's a good dive, actually, by Bartoli, but not quite getting there. Right, I'm going to pause it. We want to rest our players because he's on the yellow card. So we're going to bring in Arnold there. Jules can go on the right-hand side. And anybody else feeling a bit tired, I guess? Killian, we don't want to over-exert him, so we're going to bring Pietro in. He can play as complete forward as well. The complete forward role is working very well indeed. 3-1 up. Playing very well. And we're up on possession as well, which is even better. So another good stop. It could have quite easily slipped into the... bottom corner, but Bartoli does well to stretch and catch that. It's a good knock up as well, but nobody in particular. But we've got a runner on. Pietro. 9 times out of 10, that would have been a goal. With the goalkeeper hesitating. I feel like it should have been, but 3 points is what we need. Lingard. Oh, we've got Jesse Lingard with a cross to Chalobah. Yeah, this isn't great. 3-2. That's very disappointing. To concede 2 late goals with Jesse Lingard. I mean, is he still playing, really? I mean, he must be well into his 30s now, but a victory all the same. 50-50 possession. We were well on top of this game, but we should have finished it a little bit better than that. But 3-2. It's a great result. Straight into the changing rooms. Excellent effort, guys. And I will show you the records in a second. That does put us 3 points now behind Liverpool in the league, and we're going great guns as well. Southampton are drawn into the bottom as well now. They lose to Fulham 1-0. But Everton somehow are getting the results, aren't they? Top of the table, Man United second, then Man City, Tottenham. It's still all to play for. 8 games left. Anybody's game. Anybody's game. So, let's have a quick look at the club record, because I don't quite understand it myself. If anybody can share a light on it. So, at the moment, this should be updated now because it's most overall goals by a player in a season is 24, where it's now going to be Kylian. But look at here, most overall goals by a player in a season, but most goals by a player in a season. I don't get it. Aren't they one of the same? Most league goals by a player in a season. So that's the number of league goals in a season. It's 38. But most overall goals by a player in a season is 24. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So if anybody could shed any light on there. Right, what we'll do, there's no mention of his record at the moment, but if it does, we'll come back to it just before the game. But if not, we'll just let it go until it does appear, because he definitely has got the record now. There's no two ways about it. So until the next game then, which is going to happen in a couple of days' time, we'll see you guys very, very shortly. Welcome back, everybody, to the University of Bolton Stadium. Millwall are coming to town, and it's the FA Cup quarter-final. Just a couple of changes. Well, actually, there's no changes at all. It's virtually the same side. The only difference being is Biscuits now is injured, so he can't play, or he's suspended, one or the other. So he can't play, and same with Calotti as well. He's suspended, picking up the yellow cards. So in comes Vasquez and in comes Kloss, and O'Reilly just drops back a touch. So Batali is going to start in goal. We've got Carlos, Voisin, Buongiorno and Vasquez at the back. We've got McNally and Riley just ahead of them. Then we've got Rabi, Kloss and Hughes attacking midfielders. And then we obviously have got the one and only record breaker, Kylian. Confirmation still hasn't come through as breaking the record, but we all know he has. He's a wonderful kid, 18 years old, brilliant fit into this team. Millwall, on the other hand, we've played them 4 times. We have beat them 4 times. They've got McIntosh in goal. They've got Romeo. If we just have a look, I don't think we can go back one, can we? So what we'll do, we'll have a look at, find out where they, how they got to this this point in time. Let's just have a quick look at it. And then we'll just filter out. They played Wickham. They needed a replay. Won that on penalties. They drew with Brentford and needed a replay. And they won that quite convincingly 3-0. Then they beat Cardiff 3-2 to get to the final. To be perfectly honest, they've not really had that harder stretch to get here. Ourselves, on the other hand, if we just have a look as well. Just filter all these out. There we go. We needed extra time and a replay against Newcastle. Same with Swansea, we needed just a replay. So we're both playing the same amount of games, and then we had that fantastic 3-1 victory against Chelsea. Clearly our biggest feat so far. It's the same amount of games in the cup. I think we've got the bigger scalps, obviously, and this is going to be the first team that we've played outside the Premiership. Right, okay, so they've got this Santi up front, 11 goals and 29. That's not too bad. And he's got 15. Gary Berry. I was going to say Jerry Berry, but it's Gary Berry. Maduki. They've all scored a fair few as well. Ben Thompson, Matthews, Surridge. They've got Romeo. He's even scored a few goals. Probably not Lloyd, Byrne. What about Scott? He hasn't got one. The goalkeeper he's conceded 13 in 40. 12. That's not bad at all, you know. Batali, 41 and 36. He's getting better. Right, okay, changing rooms then. Let's see if we can come out of the other side and get ourselves into the semi-finals. That will be a fantastic fate for us as well. Let's go straight into it. I'll send the assistant and we'll sit back at home. Full capacity. There are a few empty seats. I noticed a couple of empty seats. What's going on here? This is an FA Cup quarter-final game. Why is there empty seats? Millwall in the yellow. Why are they attacking even? Oh, a great interception there as we pump the ball up. And they intercept it with a lot of ease. And the ball over the top. Buongiorno heads it down to the goalkeeper with calmness. As Kylian forgets the ball, then lies down, gets back up, and he's chasing once again. A little bit nervy start, I feel. We are starting to... let's find our rhythm. Rabi on the ball. We can always count on Rabi. Great ball out to Carlos. Just a cross in. Somebody. It's nice football, but we could do with a shot. Good, great. There we go. What more can I say? 3 minutes in. A nervy start, but somehow we managed to get ourselves 1-0 up. And this is absolute... Well, I can't emphasise enough the great work this team has done over the past few weeks, and we're doing pretty well on camera as well. Whether it's not, it's because we're picking teams that we should be beating as opposed to top 7 teams with a goal. Should have been a goal there somewhere. With the exception of playing against Chelsea in the last episode, which we expected a loss, but surprisingly got a victory out of it. So yeah, maybe anything's possible. We have got Chelsea coming up in a week or so in the league, so a win there, away from home, is I hardly doubt it. But Kylian continues his fine form. I mean, you can't put this kid down, can you? Cartwheel to boot. 11 minutes in, we're 2-0 up. And we're I don't want to say coasting, but for a quarter-final in the FA Cup, it's going quite well. The back heel there, and O'Reilly over the top. And that's a beautiful takedown and stroke into the box. And Kylian, 28th goal of the season. If we don't get into Europe, it'll be a damn shame. Because I think Kylian and Riley and Hughes and Rabi all deserve to be in the in Europe, playing in Europe. They need to be showcasing themselves, and as they are doing here. I mean, I have got it on just highlights. I'm sure I have. I've not got a full game on. It feels like it because we have. There is an awful lot of highlights just in this first 15 minutes. Batale just pumps it up. Kylian's under it, heads it back. Hughes going wide. Riley plays out wide. Oh, beautiful take by Vasquez. He's coming in because Colotti's suspended. He's a bit of morale is poor. That's because he's not playing. There's a siren going by there, so I do apologise if you got headphones on. That's pretty loud. As we get another one, Kylian with his 29th now. I mean, it's a rout. 35 minutes in, it's a rout, and Kylian. What more can I say about this this kid? I mean, it's just he's just a wonder kid. We have got such an excellent attacking team, and it's gone in again. Voisin this time with the goal. Defends up here. It looks like it's going to be an offside though. Rabi with the goal this time. I think it's a goal disallowed. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't. But 3-0 up. I don't really want to take the goal away from him because he's played really well. Liam Hughes with the 8th yellow card of the season. Oh dear. Yeah, we do rack up a lot of yellow cards though. Although Millwall are fouling an awful lot, and yet they haven't got many. I do want to bring in the other left back, just see what he's like. He played well. I think we played in one game, and I think he did okay. I mean, that's a poor ball there, leaving him short. But we do win it back though. Vasquez cuts inside. The ball's going over to the right. Kylian plays it out wide to Carlos. I mean, Carlos does. He's really good. Norville Williams is going to have a problem getting back into the team. I don't think he will. It would be a shame, but either one of them is going to have a backup to each other, aren't they? So it doesn't really matter that much. Same with Vasquez and Colotti on the other side. And Kylian's in on goal. I mean, is that his hat-trick now? Another hat-trick. I mean, I'm running out of accolades for the young man. He's definitely got some sort of record, but that's his 30th of the season. He's chasing down 38 goals, I think. 38 goals is the record by any player, I think. But I still don't understand the record thing. So if anybody can let me know in the comments what the difference between the two was. I've got no idea. But Kylian could be destroying either one of them, especially with about 8 games to go. Billy Ray can come in for Vasquez. I do want to do that. I think I will do. Billy Ray can come in. Bailey Jones can come in for Vasquez on the left back. Pietro to come in. He's not playing his best, but you know what? We're going to do it. Hughes, let's have a look at who's going to place at McNally. Yeah, okay, we could potentially change him. I'm going to bring Arnold in. But a couple of minutes ago, we're heading towards the semi-final, ladies and gentlemen. It's all but over. Are they going to get a consolation goal? And yeah, they are. Penalty, I think. Well, that's disappointing. We don't even get a clean sheet here. Another goal conceded. Asante to take it. It's a great penalty, but it doesn't really matter that much now anyway, does it? It's just a consolation. I don't really mind that much. I'm not sure what the crowd is. We'll have a look as well in a second, but that's 28,000 full capacity once again. And there you have it. We just totally and utterly destroyed them. It's a fantastic result. That is 4-0, then 4-1 in the 91st minute. Killing with a superb hat-trick there. Bolton aren't as good as they think. Well, we just hammered you, my friend. So just take it on the chin, Gareth Barry. Don't really care what you have to say. Bailey Jones makes professional debut, so he did pretty well. Do you wish to respond to Gary? I don't particularly feel the need to address his comments. We were given a tough match, and I'm pleased with our performance. I half expected this sort of response from him, and it raised a smile or two when it was inevitably arrived. He's got a little bit left to. He's got a little bit left to learn about football at this level for me. I got it straight back at you, Gareth Barry. You can get knotted, my lad. You're not taking that away from us. We absolutely destroyed you. Or Killian destroyed you. So up yours. Right, the other quarterfinals are going to be played now as well. Arsenal, Liverpool, Burnley, West Brom. So we'll see how they go, and then it'll be the draw, won't it? Maybe we might do like a watch along, maybe on one of these games one day. But Arsenal beat Liverpool 3-0, as you probably wouldn't expect, actually. I didn't expect that, though. That's quite shocking. And West Brom win as well, a 2-1. So West Brom or Watford for me then. Right, okay, the semi-final then. It's ourselves, Arsenal, Watford and West Brom. So let's... we don't want Arsenal. We get Arsenal and that'll be a game over. West Brom. Either ourselves or Arsenal. So it's 2 out of 3 here. That's all we want. 2 out of 3. Yeah, of course, we get Arsenal. We would do, wouldn't we? Okay, so that could be curtains for us in the semi-final. But anything goes. We beat Chelsea, so we could do the business against Arsenal. It's going to be a tough one. I'm not going to lie. So it's a no-brainer. Where we're coming back to, it all depends how far away into the future it is, though, doesn't it? Okay, so let's just filter everything back in. It's either going to be Arsenal, Newcastle. It's either going to be Burnley, Arsenal, or Arsenal, Newcastle. I'm tempted with the home game against Newcastle. That's what I want to play. It's a big game. Newcastle's always a big game, I feel. And I think that's when we're going to come back. Arsenal, Newcastle. Burnley, as much as I want to. Newcastle, we want to send down. We want to send down. And then we've got Newcastle, Arsenal again. Oh, you know what? It doesn't help us, does it, really? But if you're going to be at the top, be in the top divisions, it's what you have to cope with. But we're on a pretty good run. 1 loss. Tottenham being the only mess there, though. But again, another episode, another 2 victories. I mean, that's what I'm more pleased with as well. So we're going to play Chelsea offline, Everton offline, Burnley offline, and then we'll come back to the Arsenal-Newcastle game. And yeah, I'm really excited now. Semi-final. We could potentially be in the final at the end of the season. Or do we give it all up and try and go for 7th position? Who knows? Right. If you enjoyed that, please pop a like on there. If you'd like to see more new to the channel, please subscribe. Also, click that notification button as well for when it comes out, because you don't want to miss the semi-final, do you? Bolton in the FA Cup semi-final. Click that button. And until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.